But today I decided I just want to do some talking. So grab your cloud's tears and let's chat. So basically, what I wanted to talk about today is, well, you read the title. I'm a Shinra Electric Power Company fangirl. And you know what? I'm not ashamed. And, I kind of want to talk about, well, the reason why I like him so much. I mean, I got into the franchise because of Sephiroth, because he was added to Smash, and I was like, hey, this guy is pretty darn good looking. I'm gonna check him out and see what he's all about. And I started watching reaction videos, and some people started commenting about, like, hey, you should watch, this cutscene or this cutscene. It gives you more information about Sephiroth. And then eventually I began to meet new characters. Like, if you're an older fan of my channel, you'll remember the Genesis saga. First, I hated him because the first bit I saw of him was him being cruel to Sephiroth. But then, after watching him a little more, I realized, like, hey, Genesis is pretty darn good looking too. And then, I found the Turks, found Rufus Shinra, and eventually, Vice Nero. And you know what? I love these characters so much because, I don't know, there's just something about them. They have this vibe that feels really good to me. Like, the best way I can explain it is sometimes I want to dress and act in certain ways that, you would see in a video game like Final Fantasy or in a movie. But those kind of things aren't really accepted by society all that much. So I rarely sort of get a chance to do that type of stuff. But I feel like with these characters, I sort of have someone to relate to, even if they're not real. And yes, I do fall quickly and madly in love with these characters, and I'm okay with it because honestly, I don't want to date somebody in real life. That's not for me. That's just not my thing. But I can fantasize about these, what, 1,500 plus guys now. Trust me, it's going to get to that number soon. Um, the characters, just the villains of Final Fantasy, they bring so much joy to my life. Like, even just thinking about them, I'm all excited. Even just wearing the shirt just like instantly makes my day a little better. Whether it's laughing at the funny things Reno says, or if it's gasping in awe at Sephiroth's awesome power. Just not just Shinra, but Final Fantasy characters in general have really helped me get through a lot of tough spots. Now, I mentioned Reno, and, well, we're gonna talk about that video. You know the one. If you don't, it's the Final Fantasy Mods video, aka the one with a thumbnail of shirtless Reno on it. I know, you probably have a lot of questions, and I'm gonna try and answer them here, but if your question still isn't answered, please ask in the comments. I'm very open to discussion about all manner of, important topics, that of which includes shirtless Reno. But anyways, so I was saying, so that video, I had a lot of fun making it, and I just wanted to say that I apologize in advance if some people were weirded out by it, by the way I acted. I yeah, I do, act that way to fictional characters, but I would never say something like that to someone in real life. Same goes for, the threats made against Cloud Strife. You guys know I'm not gonna skewer someone, turn them into a kebab. That's Sephiroth's job. Some people may have been a little bit off put by the Reno section of the video, and I apologize if you were, but I personally thought it was one of the funniest things I have ever put on my channel. And, for those worried about stuff like that, you don't need to worry, my channel isn't gonna devolve into weird stuff. The worst you'll see is just a Final Fantasy guy shirtless and me getting all hyped about it. Because, sometimes in life, I want to be impulsive. I want to be excited and happy about things, but, sometimes it's just not okay according to some people. And, like I said before, with these characters, I have something to release it with. I can't really express my excitement in public without people staring weirdly and stuff like that. But, when Reno hits that screen, it is party time. This is a time where I can at least show a little bit of myself. And I really love these sort of opportunities. Um, what was I was gonna say something else about that video. Um, yeah, nothing weird is going to happen, guys. It's just shirtless Reno. Nothing worse is gonna happen. Not gonna see anything more on this channel. And besides, yes, I did make a lot of comments about his upper body, but you know what? In the end, I don't want any weird stuff. I just want wholesome stuff from, these attractive Final Fantasy men. I just want wholesome cuddles, some fluff to make my day feel better. Um, I lost my train of thought because I was thinking about wholesome cuddles from Reno. Anyways, yeah, my point was, don't be alarmed by that video. Not going to see anything worse. But I will warn you, I also deal in making my own independent horror films. And so it's likely that, you're going to end up seeing some horror content, gory content, occasional jump scares. So I just want to warn you, just in case. And also, I'm working on a fanfiction series that's a crossover between Pokemon and Final Fantasy. And while that might sound really fun, I'm just going to warn you now. If you're squeamish, you're probably not going to want to watch it. I mean, sorry, listen to it, because I'm making it in audio series. So, if you don't like gore, the first one I'm working on, it's called the Shinra Boys, and it's pretty graphic. I mean, it's got some very graphic, sort of violent scenes, and it's also got sort of like weird scientific creations. Think of like a bloodier version of Frankenstein. So if you're not into that, that's totally fine. Some things on the channel, they're more for other people. Some people may like other things more than some. That sounded really weird, probably. But anyways, wow, this is like 8 minutes long already. we we went from talking about the Shinra Electric Power Company to the... Oh, that's what I was gonna mention. Okay. I also wanted to clarify that, from, like, not to get political here, but, if the Shinra Electric Power Company were real, I wouldn't agree with what they do. What they do in the game is morally wrong. But the thing is, they're not real. I I could say, whatever I want about them. And I also wanted to say that, I wouldn't support their political standpoint or any of that. I just like the cute guys, okay? Speaking of that, there's also a lot of characters from Shinra that I really don't like. Hojo? God, he's the worst. Other than Aerith. Look, I know the Aerith thing sounds really stupid, but I promise you guys, it's going to happen. One of these days, she's going to kill me in my sleep by whacking me over the head with a chair. I promise, guys, it's going to happen. You know what? She's going to record a video, just so you all know, that I am dead and I just got killed by Aerith Gainsborough wielding a chair. And if it's not her, it's going to be Yuffie, okay? I promise. Yuffie is a little psychopath. You know, when she, dismembers people on camera in FF7 Remake Part 2, I'm just gonna be like, I told you so. I told you she was a little psycho. But anyways, I think this is enough for now. I enjoyed this little chat, and let me know what you think in the comments. Do you have any extra things to add to it? Speaking of comments, one last thing. Your comments make my days so much better. I love getting comments from everyone, especially if they're, new people who I haven't seen before, but there's a lot of people that keep commenting no matter what, and I would like to give some special shout outs and appreciation to them. First of all is Kunzai Art. She's a really talented artist and animator, and she often says really positive things on my videos, which makes me feel really good. Next is Liam K. He has some really funny comments sometimes. He's always there on my Final Fantasy videos. And next is Lightpaw. Lightpaw, if you're watching, oh my god, what you've done for this channel is instrumental. You are almost as big of a part of it as I am. Like, you've explained so much FF7 lore to me that, at first it was like, me watching just Sephiroth fighting Cloud with no context. But you've said so much stuff that it makes sense even if it's out of context. Your comment on the Reno video, "No girl, you're too young," kept me laughing for hours. I'm not joking. Thank you so much for being a big part of this channel. And thank you everyone who is watching or has ever watched one of my videos. You are a huge joy to have in my life. I say, oh yeah, boys from the Shinra Electric Power Company, they're the best thing in my life. But you know what? You guys are too. Bye bye, my little hackmons. I'll see you soon. If you have any ideas for Final Fantasy content you want me to make or react to, just let me know. Bye bye. Don't forget to drink your Cloud's tears today.